Hi guys, in this video we are doing exercise number 1204 from lead code. This is a SQL exercise. If you're watching this on YouTube, I have a link to this problem on lead code in the description. We have a table with a person ID, person name, weight, and turn. And we should know that this table is about some people standing in line to get on the bus. But this bus cannot take more than 1,000 kilograms. So we are supposed to know how much weight is already on the bus and who is the last person who can get into the bus. These people are standing in a line, so we have to consider turns here. For example, if the first person is 200 kilos or pounds and the second person is 700 pounds and the third person is 100 pounds, the last person who can get on the bus is the third person in the row. But how do we do the exercise? What is the solution? The solution is that we have to consider all possible cases, and out of all possible cases we have to take the one and only case that is the answer. How do we take all the possible cases? Actually, we are going to make a new table by joining this Q table with itself. So it's a self join, and in this self join we are going to match each person. We're going to make a group for each person, and this group contains all the people that come before that person, and then we calculate the total weight of all those people. So if there are 15 people in the line, we are going to consider 15 different groups. The first group contains only the first person, the second group contains the first and second person, and the third group contains first, second, and third person, and so on. We're going to build up the answer gradually using chunks of code and adding up to that code. I'm going to demonstrate how to write the solution. So first, let's do the join. We are going to select out of table 1, which is Q. Of course, both tables are table Q. They are both the same table. Out of table Q, we are going to take turn from table Q as Q1, and we're going to join it with itself. So it's a self join. But how are we going to do that? We are going to join these tables, these two tables, using for each person we want all the people with turns before that person, and this is inclusive. The very person we are taking is included in the weight. So we are going to join Q and Q, and this one is Q2. But how are we going to join them? We're going to join them on all the people in Q2 with their turns. They should be smaller or equal to Q1 dot turn. So what are we doing here? We are making groups of people. Okay, I just explained how to do this grouping. To have a better notion of this grouping, I'm going to add turns from Q2, and then I'm going to order by Q1 dot turn. Okay, this is not the final answer. I'm just going to demonstrate how this grouping works. Okay, so here I matched the first person and all the people that come before the first person, the second person in the line, and all the people that come before him. So there are 2 entries for turn number 2. There must be 3 entries for number 3 because we're grouping it with the first person and second person and third person. And as we go on, we see that for the 6th entry there are 6 people before person number 6. Actually, we are including person number 6. So far we made our groups, but we need to group these people by their turn. So we're going to see for example, for the person who has the 6th turn, what the weight of all the people, including himself or herself. Let's do the grouping here. Group by q1.turn, and here, to see what we are doing here, I'm going to have a total weight of all the people here. Of course, I don't need it for the answer, but just put it here to see what happened so far. We take the sum of all people from q2 dot weight, and let's see what we get. Okay, what did we do so far? All the people that come before person with turn number 6, including himself or herself, the weight of them is 1,875, probably pounds. And for person number 1, it's 250. Person number 1 and 2 together weigh 600. Person 1, 2, and 3 together, they weigh 1,000 pounds. So we know that this is our answer. Person number 3 is our answer because the first 3 people have 1,000 kilos, and so the rest of them are not the answer. So let's filter the rest of them. So we need only those people whose weight is under 1,000 kilos. Okay, so after group by, I'm going to use a having sum of q2 dot weight smaller or equal 1,000. So we filter some of our entries and let's see what we get again. Okay, so far so good. We know that these are the only possible cases because after person number 3, the rest of the people weigh more than 1,000 kilos, so they cannot be the right answer. And the only thing here is to take this last person. For that, we can order by descending, and that brings the last person to the beginning of the query. So here we have our answer to the top of the query. All it takes is to take the first row of the query, and we can do that by adding top 1 before the answer, and we don't need this part anymore. Let's remove it and run it again. Here we know that this is almost our answer. The person with turn number 3 is the person we're looking for. This is the last person who gets on the bus, but the solution the problem requires us to find his name. So all it takes is to get the name by using another select expression, which takes the person name from Q, where what is that? Where turn equals the only entry, the only answer that we get from this common table expression here. And let's check our answer. Okay, we got the right answer, and let's submit. So our answer is correct. It passed all test cases. Thanks for watching this video. Please like the video, subscribe, and if you're watching this on YouTube, I have a link to this problem on LeetCode in the description.